Good morning, guys. You're listening to the podcast, The Shit Life Teaches. My name is Jeff. Today is March the 9th, 2026, and I want to talk about making bad decisions and really understanding the consequences of those decisions. So, yesterday, I woke up feeling really weird, and I had 87 days sober, and I was like, why am I feeling like this? What am I trying to figure out? I went for a walk, did my 6, 7 miles, 8 miles, whatever. And then I called somebody that I shouldn't have. Yep. The person that always was there to provide entertainment, if you will, and money for their shits and giggles. So I made the decision to reach out just to say, hey, let's talk, see how they're doing or whatnot. And I ended up relapsing. Yep. 87 days down the drain. Well, I wouldn't say it's down the drain. I mean, I still learned a lot. And I don't know why God chose to allow this to happen again. I don't know where my mind was because I thought I was doing okay. I thought everything was fine, and it wasn't. What I want to tell everybody is you may be doing really, really good in life, but there's going to be days where something just hiccups, and you have to be on guard, guys. You have to pay attention to what people's intentions are. And the part of me is upset because I allowed it to happen. I welcomed the evilness into my house again. This go around is not going to be lengthy, though. I can assure you that it is done. And we will start the count again tomorrow. I now see the immediate effects, not only on my health, but, staying awake, sexual desire, avoiding phone calls, avoiding text messages, calling out of work, creating a myriad of things that we just go through as humans, I have to protect myself at all costs. And what I want to tell you guys is just because somebody used to be your friend, just because somebody is nice to you or gives you money when you're in need or whatnot, does not mean they have the best intentions, okay? I'm not saying this person is wrong for what they did. I think it's a little selfish knowing, if my best friend, for example, were to come to me and say, hey, I'm having trouble with eating turkey, okay? I know it sounds silly, but she wanted to stop eating turkey, right? Because she goes to sleep after she eats turkey, right? So she's been eating turkey all her life and going to sleep after she eats turkey, and she hates it. She doesn't want to sleep after turkey. So Thanksgiving's a really tough holiday for her because everyone brings freaking turkey, so she's got to eat ham, right? So as her best friend, I don't think I would offer her lunch. A turkey sandwich, a turkey leg, a turkey breast. And I don't think I would bring turkey in her house. I wouldn't even mention turkey because I love turkey. I think turkey's great. I think it's a wonderful protein. And I like turkey on Thanksgiving with my family and friends. But what kind of friend would I be if I brought turkey to her house after she said she didn't want turkey? That wouldn't be much of a friend because that would be selfish for me to bring turkey. Now, the other argument on the side of the table is, well, she's her own person. She can monitor that and she can say no, blah, blah, blah. Yes, 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 I get it. We do have accountability. I'm taking accountability right now for my decision. But what I'm trying to say is, as a society, as friends, we have to look out for each other. We have to tell each other, hey, that's not working. Like, what are you thinking over here? What are you doing? Why is this happening? And the moment that you let your guard down, it just gets pulled out from underneath you. I'm going to frame this as a win, even though it's such a significant loss. I still have a lot of maturing to do. And I just I have to get away from it. I cannot let it continue to happen like this. And for once and for all, I just have to be like just done, right? And a part of me, you know, had it been younger in my 20s, getting rid of friends and stuff, I'm like, oh, bitch, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to do anything to you. Ugh, whatever, get out of my face. Now, as I've gotten older, the relationships that I do have, it's hard to let things go because you've invested time in this. And I've known this person for a long time, but they're not a good person. Excuse me. I didn't mean to burp like that. I'm hurt. I'm not defeated, but I'm hurt. There's a lot of people really rooting for me, and that hurts to know that I let myself down and let them down as well. It's not the end of the world. We all make mistakes. You know, I have said this to God, like, what's going on? Maybe He's showing me the true colors and showing me that you just threw away these days that you had that were great for what, 24 hours of chaos, because that's what it was. My whole day got messed up. My whole eating cycle got messed up. My whole bathroom cycle got messed up. My whole sleep cycle got messed up. My whole body is like, what are you doing to it right now? I am super tired right now, talking right now, but I wanted to record this because it's important for us to talk about it, because I don't think people talk about it enough, especially in recovery, because I've noticed that there are people that still count their days who have relapsed. And you can tell when they do. And it's the eye contact for me, it's the fidgetiness that they have or whatnot. Now, I granted some people do have some problems and they have ADHD and all this stuff, and maybe they've used so much that it's messed up a lot of portions of their brain. But I want to say this though: if we knowingly allow people in recovery to just lie about their clean time, what's the point of going to recovery? What's the point of pretending like you're being good when you're not? It doesn't make sense. So I don't want to keep, hemming and hawing about it and adding more fuel to the fire. So we're going to put the fire out, okay? I want everyone who is struggling with this disease, addiction, or whatever it may be. It could be you're addicted to your phone, drugs, alcohol, people, things, shopping, whatever it may be. Do not let your guard down, okay? Please don't. Whatever you do, guard your life with the utmost importance, because no one else is going to protect you other than you, the way that you need to be protected. It's going to hurt. You are going to get rid of a lot of people that you thought were friends that are not friends. And they probably run in their mouth about you behind your back anyway, so that it's none of your business anyway. But what I'm trying to say is, don't let your own good heart drag another relationship along, or pretend like everything is fine when it's not, and like, oh yeah, we can hang out. No. The answer is no. And it's always going to be no when it's somebody that's not helping you succeed as another person. I'm not saying people need to do the work for you, but if you do have people in your life on a personal level, I would want you to think that those people have the best interest or have a good interest in your development as a person and want to see you be successful. But some people, they hide. They hide until your defenses are down, and when that happens, they strike. They strike with a match. And it's like fuego. The fire just goes crazy. So don't ever feel bad for protecting yourself and putting your recovery first. I was complacent. I thought I was strong enough to battle it. I thought I was able to handle it, but I wasn't. You know, in the Bible, there's tests, with Paul and the disciples of Jesus. And, Judah, you know, backstabbed Jesus. Like he went behind his back and said, "Oh no, we know where Jesus is. Go get him. Let's crucify him and everything." And I don't know if that's the entire story because I know I'm probably missing some things because I need to keep studying it, the Bible that is. Uh, but it does show that Jesus will put these people in these things, and things happen again and again and again until they get it. Moses stayed out in the wilderness for 40 years. He was not supposed to do that. He was supposed to just go ahead and go, but he just waited around. People had excuses when God said, "Hey, we need you to move to this, this, and this." And, you know, David was not the, David was just a shepherd's boy. I may be wrong. Don't come after me about this. But, he didn't become king until much later in life because, you know, he had to put in the time and get it stronger and stronger and everything. And then Joseph was sold to slavery for his brothers, his own family. So the hurt are the chosen ones. The pain that we go through, I'm able to talk about it to tell you and help you and teach you that there's one way to talk to people and there's one way not to talk to people. There's one way to treat people and not treat people. And if you are on this journey of self discovery and respect for yourself and others, and you struggled with rehabs and doctors and relapses and recovery, do yourself a favor. Relax. Just breathe. Give yourself some self-compassion. When you decide to talk to other people about it and let your family know that this happened, don't let them run with the storyline. Be like, "Hey, I got something I need to tell you. I need you to sit down. I made a bad decision yesterday, and that decision involved a relapse. I don't know if it was premeditated. I don't know why the decision was made or what I was feeling to make that decision to bring that evil back into the house. But I do want to assure you that we're putting in steps to stop this again. And unlike last time when the relapse happened and it went for 2 years, this was one day relapse, and we're getting back on track. I wanted to lie about it and frame it as I invited somebody over to have sex with, and then they drugged me. And then I thought, well, that sounds like a great story, but it's not true. It's not honest, and it's taking the accountability off of my decision to do what I did. It hurts a little bit. Today's going to be kind of like, there's going to be some consequences. I'm paying for it now. But I am reminded that all things through Christ we can make things happen. God put me in this situation to show me that I still need Him, to show me that I need to protect who comes in my house. And I think that was the ultimate test, because without it, I would be under this impression that I was super strong and then I could take on the world. And I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to lead the recovery, be the face of the recovery group. I wanted to do that. I wanted to be the voice and you know, do my speaking. But God said, no, you're not ready yet. And this is why. Because you have to be able to make the right decisions, even though it feels wrong. So if you take anything away from this entire video, is that it is 100% that. Because you will keep repeating it until you get strong enough. Until God will not promote you until you learn the lesson. And that's something that I thought I was next in line to do. He's a great God, the higher power, yeah. I don't understand why we go through the pain, but I think the pain builds character, it builds resilience, it shows us why we weren't as strong as we thought we did. Nobody's going to be Jesus, okay? Nobody's going to be perfect like that. We are all sinners. We all say things and do things, and as long as we are human, that's just going to be the thing. Now, I'm not going to get on a soapbox and say like I'm self-righteous and I deserve this and I'm entitled to that, because I'm not. I'm no different than anybody else. I have a heart. I have feelings. I get upset. I get happy. I do all those things, and I'm thankful for this lesson again. I'm thankful for the redo again. And in this scope of things, it didn't take me 2 years to see it. It happened immediately, because I was so clear that when the decision was made and the substance was used, I knew right away, like, okay, this is we're going to go down the drain real fast. And seeing all the same behaviors, people that you thought have changed never changed, and it just continued on and on and on and on and on. I got to see that immediately, you know. So